is up, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of the Dense Pixels Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Brad, joined by my co-hosts, Micah.
Hey.
And Carrie.
What's up?
We're back after my internet troubles. Turns out that you can have water in like a fiber line and it's okay, but when it's really cold and that water freezes, you're not able to have internet service, which is exactly what happened to me. I didn't have to pay for the repair because it was Fios's equipment, so that was all good. But that's why we didn't have a show last week, so my apologies on that one. Also, quick programming note. So there's a Nintendo Direct that's happening tomorrow. We just found out about it today at 5 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to try our hand at this new live, like, because you can share like a live stream in Discord and chat over top of it. So we're going to do a live chat in Discord with all of you that want to be there. So again, 5 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, so we got that going on. And if we need to do a recap, we will, but hopefully the live Discord will be sufficient. And then we can just do the, do an episode, talk about it when we do our regular episode next week, whatever we need to. So there we go. So I got my platinum in Ghost of Tsushima.
Ah, excellent.
Very, very excited about that. Gonna dig into Legends at some point, but I needed a break. I needed a palate cleanser. 2 games have come across my way. The first one I'll talk about because I seem to be the only one playing it. I bought Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury for my Nintendo Switch. Haven't played Bowser's Fury yet because I never have played Super Mario 3D World because I didn't own a Wii U. Super Mario 3D World is a good game. It is a 3D Mario game, but it's done in the old Mario style where you play individual stages instead of running around in like large open areas that you can explore. Which is weird when you first start playing it, because when I see a 3D Mario game, I have a level of expectation around mobility that I will have available to me that has been, beaten into my head for 20 years playing 3D Mario games.
Mm-hmm.
And this does not have that. You basically have the mobility of a 2D Mario game, just in a 3D space. Apparently, it's very similar to Super Mario 3D Land on the DS, which I did not play.
So I played both.
Uh-huh.
I played 3D Land and then I played 3D World because I had a Wii U. Still have a Wii U. It's in a closet over there. Who knows if that'll ever come out again. But yeah, I mean, you're right. It is strange to go from like a Mario Odyssey into 3D World because it is such a change in terms of how your sort of freedom of movement is designed within those games. But I really enjoyed 3D World. The port wasn't really on my radar so much because I've got other stuff coming out that I want to play. But
like I said, it's fun. The stages are well designed. The cat suit Mario is fine. You can scramble up walls, which is the best ability that particular power-up has. They also bring back the Tanuki suit for the first time since Mario 3. There's actually quite a lot of Mario 3 isms in the game.
I think the frog suit is also in there.
There's a sticker with the frog suit. I haven't seen it yet in play, but I think it is in the game as well. It's good if you like Mario games, especially the more traditional style like stage Mario games. It's solid. If you're going and expecting something along the lines of a Mario Odyssey, I would not really expect to have that experience. The word on Bowser's Fury is that is also pretty good and an interesting direction to take Mario games. Apparently it's like a open world Mario game and meaning a fully open world Mario game. So I'll play that at some point as well. But yeah, Mario 3D World is good. Then there's the other game that Micah and me have both been playing. Now, the good news is that this game was able to be purchased for the low price of free $99 on the PlayStation 5 console. And that was originally going to be a launch title, Destruction All-Stars, which is a arena car combat game.
So for those of you listening, Brad has just platinumed if that is a word. It is now. Ghost of Tsushima. It's like he had a wonderful steak as his main course. And then he played Super Mario 3D World, and that's like a wonderful little parfait that you have for dessert. And then he played Destruction All Stars, which is like that cat poop coffee that we talked about on Dense Pixels. That this game is mediocre. Like, it's fine. I'm glad I didn't pay for it.
Look, if this game had come out at launch and people had to pay $69.99 American dollars for it, I don't think the reception would have been very good.
Nope.
It's a very good thing that this game was on PlayStation Plus, because the reviews for this game would have been like 6s at best. Like Micah said, it's fine. It is not memorable, and there is not a lot of compulsion for me to continue playing it. So the first night that I downloaded it, I played through one of the like single player campaigns that they have several of in the game. And I beat that, and that was fine because it kind of takes you through some of the different game modes that it has. Then I went online and did 2 matches, and it was fine. The connection experience was good. I even won one of the matches. And I said, that's enough. And I put it down, and I haven't touched it since. And that's been over a week that has been the case.
Yeah, I did the same thing you did, minus the single player stuff. I jumped right into the multiplayer. I played 2 matches, and I said, you know what? I get it, and I don't need to play it anymore.
Yeah, like it's
I deleted it because this space is at a premium, man.
True.
I got time to be, fooling around with the cat poop of games.
Yeah, I would, like I said, I would tell you, I mean, look, it's free if you have PlayStation Plus. So, I mean, it's, certainly worth checking out if you want to check it out. But don't expect it to stick around on your hard drive very long. Yeah, like if they were expecting this to be like Sony's version of like a Rocket League, it is not that. They have like 16 characters in the game. I think you can unlock, there's like 10 unlocked at first, then you can unlock more as you progress through the campaign or single player or whatever. Each character has like a unique vehicle that they can get access to during a match, and they have a unique like power on foot because you can get out of your car in this game as well, and do some jump on cars to try to either blow them up or kick other people out of them, that kind of thing. Yeah, like it just is what it is. It's
it for a game with all those bright colors and all the pomp and circumstance, it feels so incredibly bland. Like, it doesn't feel like it has any personality. Like, this is personality by committee, right? Like, everything about the design of this game screams like, we focus tested all these people and this is what we come up with, right? Like, and it's not in like a good way. Right, like it's focused. It feels like it's been focus tested so much that it has no soul to it. Like, the characters don't have personality, but they have too much personality, but they have no personality.
Well,
right?
It's like the developer said, what if Rocket League but Overwatch? And that's kind of what they tried to basically make, essentially. Like, that's what the characters are like, basically. They're like Overwatch. They're like Overwatch analogs in a way.
But like, they all look like they don't look the same, but they kind of look the same.
Yeah.
Like they have to distinguish some of the characters by like giving them animal heads and putting a paper bag over somebody's head, and like somebody looking like a wolf, and like it just is very, it's very, it's fine.
And yeah, honestly, we're probably being too hard on the game than it deserves. It probably just doesn't even deserve this much conversation, to be quite honest.
I mean, that is the right answer.
Being frank, like I don't think it deserves this amount of discourse. It is what it is. Like I said, if you got PlayStation Plus, check it out. But I don't think you'll stay long. And if you do, wonderful. It's free. It's great value. Carrie's played a game that I found incredibly charming when I played it about a year or so ago. I'm assuming you're playing What the Golf on the Nintendo Switch, though, yes?
No, I'm playing it on PC,
Okay.
actually. I was introduced to it via Switch, but it was on sale on Steam for like $10. So I was like, cool, I'm gonna buy it. Because one of my New York friends introduced me to What the Golf like 6 weeks ago or so, and I really enjoyed it. And I was like, I need something that I can play in like really short spurts. And What the Golf is a game that you can play in short spurts. Yeah, everything is golf. And nothing is golf. It's a very fun little game. Would definitely recommend it. I personally really enjoyed the super hot levels.
Yep.
I mean, what is it? What is it like? Like, is it like everybody's golf? Is it like,
so Micah, what the golf can be surmised in its first two stages. Like literally its first two stages, you know exactly what the game is all about. Because in the first stage, they line you up and you can move a golf club around, and there's a golf ball that you have to strike. And when you flick up, the golf club, strikes the golf ball. And you're like, okay, it's a golf game, and you do what you got to do. And then in the next stage, they present you the exact same scenario, but this time when you flick up, it's the golf club that goes flying, and not the golf ball. And then like the next stage, there's like 10 golf clubs, and when you flick up, they all go. Yeah. like that's what like. And
then there's like the follow up, which always makes me laugh, is like the arrow that you use, like the power gauge.
Yeah, to aim it.
You flick up and like that goes flying rather than anything else. So
yeah, because I'm looking at the trailer for this, and I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's a very fun, like, flicking game, dexterity game, and as Carrie mentioned, there's like a lot of themed levels that are referencing other video games.
Yeah, there's super hot. There's a super Meat Boy level. There's a Portal level. Yeah, it's good. Would recommend.
Yeah, like this trailer has racing and like a Katamari level.
Yep.
And then I see the Portal level, and then there's like an Excite Bike thing, and then there's like a pinball thing. It looks funny.
Yeah, it's quite fun. I played it on my iPhone actually, which is a fine way to play it, but unfortunately it's locked behind Apple Arcade, so you have to be a member there in order to check it out.
It's on Apple Arcade? All right,
yeah.
I'll check it out. I have Apple Arcade. I'll check it out.
Perfect. Yeah, you should definitely play it then. Absolutely. And then play Grindstone, you ass. How come you haven't played that yet if you have Apple Arcade?
I totally forgot about it. I will download it now.
So very cool. Well, a couple things have come out over the last few weeks. We talked about Super Mario 3D World already on Switch, came out last week. Little Nightmares 2 also came out on PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, and PC last week as well. Doors of Insanity came out on PC. The new Outer Worlds expansion, Peril on Gorgon, came out on the Switch last week. Death Crown came to PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch. Summer Catchers came to the Nintendo Switch. Galgun Returns came to PC, Xbox, and Switch. Rover Wars came to the Xbox, and then this week 30XX comes to PC. King of the Seas comes to PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch. The Protagonist EX1 comes to PC, and Ultimate Atom Caverns of Chaos comes to PC.
Good Lord, hurry up and get here, May. The Discord is available if you want to interact with us. We will start using Discord primarily, and that's not just for this show, it's for most shows. So go to our fan groups on Facebook, and the Discord link is posted right there. Check it out and explain to me how to use it, because I'm old. Go to youtube.com/densepixels and subscribe. You can see my new camera angle, and you can see the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants over there. You can also see Carrie and her lovely blue frames.
Yeah, sure.
I can't, from the Gloria Vanderbilt collection. And you can see Brad
$10 off of Zenny, but sure.
This is a Seinfeld reference. And you can check out Brad and his no fat Klansmen's allowed shirts. That's what that looks like to me. You can subscribe to all of the TMP Studios podcasts wherever you get your podcasts. Lovely shows like the Nerdpocalypse podcast, where every week Jay and I pontificate about the previous week's episode of WandaVision, make predictions for the next episode of WandaVision, and be completely wrong. Black on Black Cinema, where we just reviewed Malcolm and Marie, and the next movie is going to be Judas and the Black Messiah. Coming Distractions, where we are starting to review movies, because movies are coming out and they're being sent to us. Thank God. And the weekly preview episode of the Look Forward Political podcast. And if that's not enough,
then it's not.
For $5 a month or $50 a year, you can go to densepixels.com/premium. You get access to the premium slate of podcasts, including the airing of grievances, which I promise I will try to get Jay to stop using his child as an excuse to not do these. No Time to Bleed, which I promise I will try to get Jay to stop using his child as an excuse to not do these. The Men with the Golden Tongues. Look, you want to blame somebody, you blame the movie industry, because we are waiting for No Time to Die, and they are not putting it out on VOD. We would love to do it.
This means we have to shift gears and start another like spy movie franchise.
Exactly.
So,
Upstage Conversation. What was the last episode? I haven't listened to the last episode yet. What was the last episode?
El Fantasmo de Opera.
Brad and I watched Phantom of the Opera 2004, starring definitely a professional singer, Gerard Butler, as the Phantom, and
definitely a professional movie director, Joel Schumacher. Director of such fine cinema movies as Batman Forever and Batman and Robin and Bad Company.
Oh wow, he did Bad Company.
He did.
Oof. Wow. Is that the Chris Rock, Anthony Hopkins vehicle?
It is.
Jesus Christ. And you get the full episode of the Look Forward Political podcast. Look. Just because politics is on the surface boring again doesn't mean that politics is boring. Quite the opposite. We got a whole slew of Congress people who are just wackadoos. One congresswoman had sex with Zangief. Another congresswoman who has a chin that can rival Stephanie McMahon's is saying that the weather that we're having in wintertime is the result of something that hasn't happened. It's crazy. And Jay, Anthony, and occasionally a hot tag from Brad, they break it down each and every week. It is one of my favorite shows that is done on this network. Check it out at densepixels.com/premium.
Very good. So Call of Duty Warzone, very popular online free-to-play shooter, has been dealing with some struggles as late. So there was an issue in the game where you could basically infinitely stim yourself, heal yourself. That Raven Software has been trying to stamp out. They finally did it. As soon as they did, another bug came out where you can turn yourself invisible in the Armored Royale game mode. So what they did is they just took that playlist completely out of the game for now, and it's going to be out of commission until they can fix the bug that lets players turn invisible. This kind of thing happens in games like this. I find it amazing that nothing game breaking has happened in like a Fortnite or an Apex Legends yet in the time that those have been around.
Is it are those games still like uber popular as they once were? Like I know, or is it just because like Call of Duty? I have no idea. Like I would imagine that Call of Duty has probably a bigger install base given the fact that it's got the Call of Duty name.
Not bigger than Fortnite though. Maybe
not bigger than Fortnite.
Apex,
I mean,
not bigger than Fortnite.
Yeah, not bigger than Fortnite. Fortnite is its own animal. I wasn't even thinking about Fortnite. Fortnite, like they are so far ahead of the pack. Like it's not even like no, I can't compare them. But I don't know. Call of Duty people seem like a bunch of cheaters to me.
Well, I mean, like I said, we talked a couple weeks ago how there was some couple prime Warzone players that were leaving the game or said they were leaving the game because of rampant cheating and the inability for Raven to crack down on it. Since then, they've been levying bans by the tens of thousands over the last couple of weeks. So it seems like they're trying to get out in front of this stuff. But it just goes to show you that even the biggest studios, even the biggest publishers, and the biggest games are not immune from bugs and glitches and things of that nature that befall everything. Such is life in this world, and especially when you have a bunch of people on PCs that can hack into the source code, I guess relatively easily compared to other things. You're gonna run into this kind of stuff, so hopefully they can get that tamped away. But we'll see if that continues onward or not. But sucks to be them right now. Sharon O'Donnell's a woman who used to work for Riot Games. She used to be the executive assistant of CEO Nicolo Laurent, who is now suing Riot Games because of sexual harassment that is alleged by Miss O'Donnell. The company fired her in July of last year, and she just filed a lawsuit a couple of weeks ago. Some of the things that she alleges are pretty shitty. I would imagine.
Of course, this fucking guy looks like this too, right? Like, this is exactly the kind of guy wearing the exact kind of shirt to text his executive assistant to come cum over while his wife is away. Like, look at that fucking dude. He ain't got no neck.
That's true. His head is one with his collarbone, essentially.
Like, I need everybody to like give themselves a thumbs up and then put little glasses on it and then make like dark hair at the top, and then that's this guy.
That's this dude. Like, this dude, again, the CEO of Riot Games, allegedly regularly commented on this woman's physical appearance, told her to be more feminine, told her to watch her tone with him, told female employees to handle COVID stress by having children.
That is not how you handle COVID.
No,
stress.
that's no.
That is a whole different level of stress on top of the COVID stress.
Meanwhile, at the same time that his assistant that he was firing her, this is when he wrote the open letter to other CEOs and leaders in the games industry, talking about where Riot made mistakes and how they plan on fixing those mistakes in the future.
Yes, apparently fixing those mistakes involve asking this woman if she could handle him while they were alone at his house, and basically asking her to fuck him and help him cheat on his wife. Yeah, throw the whole man away. There ain't nothing worth fixing there.
Like I said, he better hope she doesn't have receipts because it's not going to go too well in that case.
Yeah,
so.
man. Jesus Christ.
And this has been happening at Riot for years. Like,
yeah, we talked about Riot on the show before. I'm just honestly,
like
I'm just
years
sick and
ago,
tired
like
of,
3 or 4 years ago, we were talking about Riot games.
I'm just sick and tired of like every week there's a new story about this stuff. Like the games industry needs to fucking get its shit together.
It's so easy to just not be a fucking douchebag creep. Like, I feel like it takes way more effort to like be a sleazeball. Shutting the fuck up is free, and I feel like a lot of men don't quite grasp that. So
I don't know what else to say. I mean, goddamn, yo. It's just, it never occurs to me to do that, and I don't, and my brain doesn't like. I mean, I'm not saying
corrupts, Micah. Power corrupts. It lets you get away with a lot of dumb shit that normal people don't get away with.
I guess. I'm
Seriously.
not saying I gotta know people to understand the mindset. It's just
The higher up the ladder you climb, the fewer people you have to slap your wrist. And that's what it boils down to at the end of the day. It's not a coincidence that most of the most aberrant behavior in these companies, and it's not just the games industry, this is true of companies around the world. A lot of the aberrant behavior comes from the people that are in the highest positions of power. It's not an accident.
Yeah.
It's a cause and effect. So don't be a douchebag. it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
And like Carrie's right. Like, it's not hard to just not say shit like that. Yeah. Like, you're not at a bar, yo. All right. God damn.
So Sony, on a investor call recently, admitted that they are selling every single PlayStation 5 that is being sold right now at a loss. We don't know how much of a loss that is. And I don't think they really care, because they also posted a record $10 billion profit since the launch of the PS5 console. Further proof that, again, if hardware is just the key to open the door, they could not care less about making money from the game console, because it's what the game console lets them make money from that really matters. Case in point, of the 4.5 million PS5s that Sony has sold so far, according to them, 87% of those PS5 buyers have PlayStation Plus, which I think is really impressive, because Microsoft usually posts like around 50% numbers for gold when they report that stuff out. So pretty good.
Are we going to get this every console generation? Are we going to get the same story every console generation of manufacturers losing money as when they sell systems? Like, isn't this common knowledge now?
You think it would be. I don't know if the PS4 was a loss leader.
What, it wasn't? I'd be shocked if it wasn't.
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I'm sure the margins on that were razor thin when it first came out, but I don't remember there being a lot of big stories about it being sold as a massive loss. I
get it. Like, this system is what, $400 and $500.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, of course you're selling at a loss, but like, if you can get them into the hands of people and not a bunch of scalpers, yeah, you PlayStation Plus, for people like me who have well-meaning spouses, PlayStation Now. I mean, like, yeah, I get it, man. I get it. And I'm curious to see what Microsoft's numbers are, but I guess they didn't. I guess they haven't. I guess they are not going to publish those numbers.
I mean, look, they've as far as I know, they've sold all the ones they've manufactured so far. So good on them. But yeah, I haven't seen any Microsoft numbers for that. As if it wasn't hard enough to get a PlayStation 5 right now, apparently in Q2 of this year, the PlayStation 5 is going to be launched in China, according to Sony as well. So that's gonna be a pretty big deal. Again, be interesting to see which games make it over there. Chinese government, we've talked about before, very restrictive on content that games that are sold in the country is able to have. But yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting. I want when do you guys think that the shortage is going to be ended with the PS5?
This time next year.
Yeah.
I'm in no rush to get
things
one.
get back to normal.
I'm sort of at the point where it's like, if I have the opportunity to get one at retail, I will probably buy it. Mm-hmm. But that's it. And I'm not one of these dudes who's like rapidly hitting F5 on the fucking Best Buy website waiting for them to restock, you know. I'm not that pressed about it.
Mm-hmm.
There's no like real hardcore reason to have one. Like, it's nice to have one, don't get me wrong, but what I'm saying is, if you don't have one, there's no need to feel bad. Like, be like Carrie. Like, there's no need to stress about it.
And I have a base PS4. Like, it'd be quite an upgrade for me to go from a base OG PS4 to a PS5. But I'm just sort of whatever.
But yeah, to answer your question, yeah, probably I agree with Carrie. Probably sometime in 2022.
Yeah.
Like early 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're not out of what we're in yet.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time we will start to kind of peak to get out of it, it'll be close to the holidays, and then we'll have to deal with all this crap again.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't go into too many stores, but whenever I do, it's not like I see a console sitting there. So
we've talked before about the intrepid folks at a place called Plate Station that was trying to manufacture custom side plates for the PS5. Well, mobile phone case manufacturer Dbrand has released the dark plates, what they're calling the dark plates for PS5, so that if you want an all black finish for your new game console, you can get it. And not only have they released these side plates for their PlayStation console, on their website, there's a direct message to Sony saying, go ahead and sue us. And another message on the website that claims that the plates are totally legal. I'll read from the Dbrand website here. When you look at the microscopic texture inside the dark plates, what do you see? If your answer is a familiar but legally distinct apocalyptic spin on the classic PlayStation button shape, you might be one of our lawyers.
Wow. I'm not getting aftermarket accessories for my system. I'm not doing it.
Dude, I'm a fan of the chutzpah.
Look, the balls that these people have is amazing, right? Like, why are they selling white? They're not selling white. Okay, all right. I'm on their website. It's weird.
Yeah, they're selling. They are selling. Oh no, if you scroll down, like it's like white, and then you scroll, and it's like no, matte black is what you want. Yeah, I love it. Let's see. The first little thing on the site says Nobel Prize, please. It's a little known fact that Alfred Nobel, in his 1895 will, declared that one day all Nobel Prizes will be retroactively awarded to Dbrand. Sadly, the Nobel Foundation has ignored their founding father's dying wish. That changes today with the release of Dark Place. The unthinkable has happened. We've taken Sony's monumental achievement in bad design and fixed it. We can only assume that our prizes are in the mail.
All right. Yeah. All right.
Oh my God.
Oh crap.
Like I said, I'm a big fan of the sass being shown here by Dbrand.
I didn't think that are these like more accessories like stickers and stuff?
Yeah, so they also make a they also make a you can make like a custom graphic that you can put over the middle part of the PlayStation where the glossy black is, if you want. So yeah, so they're taking orders for these right now. Apparently, if you order today, you won't get them until May. They've already been through 3 pre-order waves so far.
Wow.
And these are selling like hotcakes. It'll be interesting to see if Sony tries to litigate here. I do believe that the PlayStation folks was using the like same motif pattern on the inside. So Dbrand might be onto something here by changing up the pattern but making it similar but not the same.
It doesn't take much to beat a patent. Like as much as you have to. I used to work for the Patent and Trademark Office. You have to be, in order to get a patent, you have to be hyper specific, right? You have to be so incredibly precise. And then when we would look at the patent, we would look at the product, then we would have to, then the person looking at it has to go through various different types of scenarios in their head of what could possibly be, similar or not. But it doesn't take much to beat it. Like this little logo thing in the middle, as silly as it is, like it really might be enough. Because it's wild, man. It's wild. Like if they can prove that these logos inherently don't violate if it changes the form and function of the plates, then yeah, they can get away with it. Like it's so weird, man. It's so weird. Patent laws are stupid. They really are, man. They're really stupid. And if you're a patent attorney, you can make bank.
Well, we'll see how good Dbrand's patent attorney does when this inevitably makes in front of a judge. Oh my goodness gracious! So yeah, Slice, if you want some black side plates for your PS5, check out Dbrand, and you'll see him in 3 to 4 months.
Oh, just wait until Sony does. I just wait, just wait.
Yeah, but is Sony going to release the side plates separately?
You know what?
Or no, they can make you buy a whole new console.
They would probably make you buy a new console. Yeah, you're right. They would probably come out with 3 different special edition versions of a Call of Duty special edition, a Spider-Man special edition, and a Horizon special edition before they come out with just the plates.
Yeah. So, Carrie, take us through a tour of Universal Studios Japan Super Nintendo World, which is now open in Japan because they are responsible.
Okay, so it's not open quite yet. That was my mistake in writing the headline here. Basically, there was like a preview day for media. So basically, we now have like our first full look of inside Super Nintendo World, and it is fucking cute. Like there's 2 main rides. There's one called Mario Kart Koopa's Challenge. Bowser is known as just Koopa in Japan. I assume this will be called Bowser's Challenge in America. So it's a mixture of, basically you have like, you're in a Mario Kart and you and 3 other people all have these like AR goggles on, and so you go through and you can see all of the characters going through in front of you, and you are sort of collecting power-ups and using them against Bowser's team in order to score points and whatnot. So it's cool. It seems really chaotic, but it goes through various areas that are all based on iconic Mario Kart stages, so that's really fun. There's also a slightly more simpler ride that's just called Yoshi's Adventure, where you get to sit in a big Yoshi and it goes through scenes from Yoshi's Island as well as Yoshi's story. So that's really cute. There's, in Super Nintendo World, you can get like an NFC wristband, basically, and they're all themed to different Mario characters. So you can get a Princess Peach or Daisy or Toad or Mario Luigi, And around the area, there are little places where you can interact with the environment with that wristband. And by doing so, you're like activating little props in the area. So like it'll make a piranha plant pop out, or you'll collect a coin or something like that. And then after you've like collected so many coins, you can basically face off against Bowser Jr. And that's sort of your reward for having interacted with the world a lot. And that's fun. There's also videos of meet and greets with Mario and Luigi, as well as with Princess Peach. And they all talk via like slightly animatronic heads, which is fun. It's not as horrifying as it sounds. I feel like it sounds really horrifying to say out loud, but it's actually executed really well. Everything's very cute. All of the themed food at it's called Kinopio's Cafe because Toad is known as Kinopio in Japan. So like that whole area is really cute. Everything's really cute. I'm mad that I'm not in Japan and I can't go. I can't wait for this to open in America. If you're interested in Super Nintendo World and basically what is likely to just sort of be copy pasted in some capacity at Universal Studios Florida and Universal Studios Hollywood, there's a lot of really good videos online. So it is something to look forward to if you're a theme park person like myself.
When is this supposed to open in America?
That's a good question. So Super Nintendo World opens in Japan like this month. I don't know that it has a set date for Hollywood. So the thing about the Florida park is that it's going to be a part of the third theme park that's part of Universal Studios Florida Resort called Universal's Epic Universe. It was originally scheduled to open in 2023, but that has since been pushed back a year due to delays caused by the pandemic. So like the earliest that we are going to get Super Nintendo World, at least on the East Coast, is probably going to be 2024 at this point.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Lastly, in the quick news, I don't think we've ever talked about Embracer, which is an umbrella company, but they're notable because they own THQ Nordic, Cook Media, and Saber Interactive. Well, you can add Gearbox to that list as they have acquired the Borderlands developing studio for looks like about $363 million. Now, just because Gearbox has been acquired by Embracer does not mean that Borderlands comes with them, because 2K is still the publishing partner for that game. So any future Borderlands content will still be published under the 2K banner. And Gearbox will still be working on that content. They're still going to have a relationship as far as that goes. Embracer also purchased Asper Media, which is a US developer who so far has made their name by porting Borderlands and Star Wars games to other platforms, essentially. So two companies picked up by them. So again, very early days as far as this goes. All of Gearbox's staff was retained in the deal, which is good because sometimes that's not always the case, including Randy Pitchford. So, there's that as well. But yeah, so I guess cool for Gearbox that they now have a permanent home of sorts. And I guess good for 2K that they still get the most successful thing that Gearbox has and will ever do.
Yeah, I was about to say, what do these people get? Battleborn? Like, what's the point?
Battleborn just got its servers turned off about a month ago. So they don't even get that.
God damn.
Fortunately.
All right. Hope it was worth it. You get Penn and Teller VR, FUUU and U. Okay. Awkward transition. Go to densepixels.com/Amazon for your Amazon purchases. If you want to buy Borderlands, you can go to densepixels.com/Amazon. What is the first thing that comes up when I just type in the word Borderlands? Oh, Borderlands 3 for the Xbox One. You can get that. by going to densepixels.com/Amazon. You can get a bunch of bobbleheads and the movie Borderland included with your Prime membership. It's a bunch of junk you can get when you go to densepixels.com/Amazon. Do it right now.
Not right now, unless you can multitask, because we still have things to talk about on this show. To the surprise of no one, the ESA has decided that E3 is going to be a 3-day all digital event in the year 2021. That they were even thinking and planning on having an in-person convention is ludicrous to me, given the state of the world still in COVID-19. So I guess it's a good thing that they have officially announced that it's going to be a digital event. So we got that to look forward to. I enjoyed what E3 was last year. Again, I'm fine with having all of these events digital at this point. Honestly, I don't need to ever see an in-person convention again. I really don't.
Is there can you think of a positive for things being in person?
Only fan reaction during like the press conferences. That's about it. That's about it. And if you want, you can do what Sony did last year, where they had like the fake audience in front of Mark Cerny. If you want to, you can pipe in your own crowd noise. Wrestling has been doing it for 30 years.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. This makes it it's fine. It's fine. I need people to do what people give DC the company and Warner a lot of grief, but they had this idea of a DC themed convention called Fandome, and I actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Like they had different shows that come on different like panels or whatever that you could tune into. Can you hear him?
Yeah.
Okay. They had different panels and stuff that you could tune into at specific times, and you could just it was just on their YouTube channel, and it was like you could just sit there and watch YouTube all day, or just come back when you wanted to. It was a good idea, man, and I think more companies should do that.
So, moving on from there, I'm going to list a couple things, and I'm going to ask you guys to tell me what these all have in common. A traffic jam when you're already late. A no smoking sign on your cigarette break. 10,000 spoons when all you need is a knife. And rain on your wedding day. And CD Projekt Red being hacked by hackers for the Cyberpunk 2077 source code.
Wow.
Here's the thing, only one of these things is actually ironic.
Oh my god.
We much love to Alanis Morissette, who I was supposed to see in concert last year. Yeah.
So CD Projekt Red posted a ransom note. They were ransomwared for their own Cyberpunk 2077 source code. Allegedly, the source code's been sold on the dark web for $7 million. Allegedly.
All right, yo. All right. I understand you wanting to get goodwill back, but like this is an elaborate charade that you don't really need to do. You just need to fix the game.
Would that be something if this was bullshit?
I really kind of hope it is. I really kind of hope it is. Like I don't think it is. I'm 99% certain that it's not. But god damn it, I really hope that it is. Like who says epically pwned, right? Like that sounds like something,
right? Like
that sounds like something a foreign person would think that some douchebag American would say. That like you've been epically pwned. Like nah, yo. Like all right. Okay.
Who uses pwned non-ironically?
Apparently
anymore?
hackers.
Apparently.
Jesus Christ.
Good news is that none of the compromised systems contain personal player data, so that's small victories along the way. CD Projekt Red, to their credit, said we will not negotiate with terrorists and would not negotiate to get the source code back. What an amazing fucking shit show the post afterglow of the Cyberpunk 2077 launch has been. It's still not available to buy on the PlayStation as of this recording.
Wow.
Yeah.
You think it's coming back?
Yeah, it'll eventually.
Like when they do the actual next gen upgrade, or do you think it's coming back before the next gen upgrade?
I think it'll be back before then. I do. I don't think it's going to take that long to for that to come back along. It's got to be in a stable, releasable way. That's what it has to be. So it might still take a couple months yet. I like I said, this whole story is fucking funny as shit to me. I feel bad for them if this is legit. No one deserves to have this happen to them, but
absolutely not.
I mean, come on. Your fucking game about cyber criminals in the cyberpunk future, and you get hacked for your source code. It's too good.
It's a game about the little guy taking on these evil corporations, probably through hacking them and you know, in certain instances, and this company turns out to be the same as every other big corporation.
Yeah, and a net runner broke in and stole their data.
And they used the stupid I can't remember the name. There's a hacking mini game in it, and everyone was using that as like the joke. And it's wow. Jesus Christ. Just shut your doors down for a while and open them back up when you're ready to release things of substance in Cyberpunk.
Well, I don't know, Mike. Maybe some intrepid, armchair developer will fix the game for them. Now that the source code's out there. So, speaking of stupid, a while back, we talked about a game like a long time ago called 6 Days of Fallujah that was going to be published by Konami. The game was originally announced in 2009, and Konami eventually dropped the game because families of the service members that were killed during the Iraq War objected to the game releasing. Lots happened since then, including public sentiment pretty firmly being against most of what went on in the Iraq War, which is still technically going on today, since the AUMF that started that war is still in place. Nevertheless, Victoria Publishing has decided to pick the game back up, and they plan on releasing it in the coming years here. However, the creator of the studio says that 6 Days of Fallujah is a game, quote, not trying to make political commentary.
I can't express to you how much I hate that chicken shit ass like response or line of reasoning, or I understand people have to tell themselves whatever they have to tell themselves to get through whatever, or you got to sell a game. I get it. You're not trying to be like, but you are though, dude. You are. Like, guess what? As dumb as Call of Duty is, it is a political game. Like, it makes political statements.
War is inherently political.
I mean, it is, yo. It is. Like, I just
especially a war that's still discussed in political discourse today. not in past tense, but in current tense, as in saying, hey, why is the military force agreement authorization still in place for this fucking war that we embarked on 18 years ago at this point? So,
Like-
so one of two things is true then. Either, number one, you're lying and this game is going to be dripping with political statements, or number two, you're making a game that essentially glorifies the conflict by not saying anything about it.
Yeah, you're exploiting it.
Right.
Like, which one are you doing? You're either exploiting it for its political reasons, or you're exploiting like the actual boots on the ground, the bloodshed, the death, like because this is a game. Like it's a video game. Like it's just, like, just have some balls, yo. Like, just have some balls. Like, you can't out Ubisoft in this. Like, just I don't know, man. I don't know. I really don't. Like, if you're gonna do it, just do it, and stop being like, oh well, like, and what do you get in saying that your game is not political, even though it is? Like, what's the reasoning? Do you think?
Us talking about it, for one. Not to be the most cynical guy in the room, but it is. According to Peter Tamt, who is the head of the publisher, their first-person shooter will try to engender sympathy for American troops in the field, for their work in destroying the insurgents that dug in throughout Fallujah, and for the civilians that were trapped in between.
Yo, a video game is not going to do that, yo. A video game is not going to do that. A movie might, maybe.
Right, a video game where your avatar that you're controlling is just going to be mowing down insurgents like it's a shooting gallery. That video game?
Right. Come on, man. It's like, I get it that you want to feel like you're creating art, like high art. And I do believe that video games are a form of art, but you know, art can literally be like, they literally had a dude splash paint on canvas and call it art. And it's like, I don't know, man. I get a headache every time I see shit like this. Like, if you wanna just make a kick-ass like military movie or whatever, or video game, like, just do it. But like, you can invent different conflicts. You can create different scenarios. You can even use what you're doing here. Just don't say that it's not political. It is. Just don't even bring it up. Just don't even bring it up. Don't even bring up the fact that your game is or is not political. I would respect you more for it. But for you to come out and just be like, no, there's our game isn't political. No, not at all. No. Why did you not ask? No, it's not political. Yeah, it is. And you think that I'm stupid. And I think that's what gets me. Like, you think that I'm dumb. Ubisoft, whoever the hell these people are.
And this is almost a step beyond like the ridiculousness of the Division 2, because at least the Division 2 is a fictional game. Like, at least the Division 2 is not based on any real life conflict. So like, as ridiculous as it is for them to be like, oh, the Division 2 is not making a political statement of any kind, when literally within 20 minutes of the game, you are going to command HQ in the president's house in Washington, D.C.
That game, I'm surprised that, you know what? I'm not surprised. I'm surprised that game isn't like the most successful game in like the middle of the country. Right? Because it's about a bunch of,
gotta have high-speed internet, Micah.
It's about a bunch of regular citizens, like not even National Guards people, regular citizens,
sleeper agents.
Right, regular citizens who love their guns, who are secret sleeper agents of the government, and an outside force invades America, and then you get the call, boop, beep, beep. And then you go to DC and because it's been barricaded and you've got the president has been kidnapped by ninjas. Are you a bad enough dude in the division to save him? Like, come on, yo. Come on, man.
What if Bad Dudes came out today and the developers of Bad Dudes were like, it's not a political game. They just kidnapped the president, though. We're not trying to make a political statement.
Yep.
Oh shit.
Carrie, any thoughts about the constant skirting of politics in video games? Ridiculous.
It's just it's them just like trying not to upset anyone, right? Like they don't want to come out and make a big political statement, even though like they kind of are by nature of publishing the game regardless. But by being like, oh, it's not about politics, then like the fucking little butt babies who complain about there's too much politics in my video games and there's too much politics in my comic books. You know, they just don't want to upset fragile white male egos. Like that's all this is about at the end of the day, right? By being like, it's not political, then they can avoid pissing off fragile little white boys who don't like having their political opinions challenged. That's all this is, right?
Jesus.
That's what I think.
It's insane that people are just that don't understand that, like you and Micah both said, a game about war is inherently political because in the US you don't get to go to war without elected representatives saying it's cool. It's not like the military just fucking cowboys up and just ad hocs over the fucking ocean and starts rocking and rolling. That's not how it fucking works.
Right, they're not the Green Lanterns. Like they don't just go around fucking fighting space. Like nah, yo. Like okay. I can probably make a half-assed argument that every first-person shooter is political in some way, and even shit like Halo. You know what I mean? Like it's. But when there's such a one-to-one, it's insulting. Like just make your war game. You don't even have to, if you don't want to talk about politics, don't bring it up. And if someone brings it up, just have the balls to stand there in your conviction and just be like, yeah, it is. I'm not saying you can even be like, we don't lean one way or the other, but politics is inherent in what this is. No matter what your feelings about this war, we are trying to tell a story that involves the heroes that were on the ground, right? Like, but no, it's not political. Yes, it is, man.
Here's the thought: why don't you explore the many different opinions and thoughts around that conflict? And that way you can take not an all sides approach, but like that way you can examine the different, pro con, and everything else around it.
You can even you can do that. And then you can have the actual like boots on the ground. They could be like, both of these people are fucking idiots. Let's just do what we got to do and leave. But like, even then, like, do what you got to do. I mean, you were told to do it by one of those idiots.
Right. Like I said, there's ways you can make the story compelling and examine several sides of the issues. I mean, it takes skilled writing and to do stuff like that. So I no promises there, but like, it seems ridiculous to me to come out and make this statement because you're lying. At the end of the day, you're lying. We go to the post office. We have 2 weeks worth of post offices stuff. So let's start at the top. Look, Cam asked a lot of stuff about like Kenta and showing up in AEW and about like an AEW New Japan like super show and stuff like that. No, we're going to go with Cam's second question, which asks, is Nia Jax yelling "my hole" after leg dropping on the ring apron the new Stone Cold? Now, the "my hole" controversy was interesting because when it first happened, create a buzz on the internet. WWE was like trying to distance themselves majorly from it. Like they did not like it at all. Knee-jerk reaction until they realized that everyone else on the internet like it, and now they're embracing it.
You know, you could tell the WWE is run by a bunch of old people, dude.
Yeah.
Like they don't. How dare you? Why would you say that? Didn't you invent bra and panties matches?
Now,
show a butthole. Like, all right.
Now, truly, at this panel that we have organized here, only one of us is actually equipped to answer this question. So, Carrie, if you fell down and injured your vagine upon falling, would you scream "my hole"?
No, no, I would not. No, I mean, look, I've busted my ass, particularly recently with the amount of ice that we've had. I do not yell "my hole" when I fall on my ass. I typically yell, "Oh my God, my ass."
Wait. You mean to tell me that that's not like part of the lexicon of the average female? Because I know when guys get hit down there, they say, "My tip."
Yeah. No, I don't think I've ever responded to any pain in my nether regions by saying, "Oh, my hole." No, that's not exactly that. I would not say that's within the first 10 things that come to mind.
Let's see. Rev asks, what do you guys think of Cyber Shadow, which is an 8-bit side scroller in the style of the original Ninja Gaiden? Unfortunately, Terrence not on the show this week. He would be the one that would probably be most inclined to like this game.
Yeah, this looks like the game looks like Ninja Gaiden, just with like it's got the 8-bit aesthetic and it looks like Ninja Gaiden. And he said it's hard as balls, so it plays like Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah. Ejak says, what is the best video game moment that you probably can't replicate ever again that you've had?
The feeling of beating the Elite Four for the very first time when I was 8 years old playing through Pokemon Red. It's a high I've been chasing ever since. That, or when you're playing Breath of the Wild and you leave the Shrine of Resurrection and like you go out on the little peak, the little cliff there, and the music swells and the camera angle changes and you see all of Hyrule. Yeah. That's a good moment that you only get once.
It's probably beating some boss for the first time. You know what I mean? Like I remember for some reason I was having a lot of difficulty beating Ares in the first God of War, so much so that like I was holding my controller so tight I cracked it and broke it. And when I finally did it, I felt good. It's like, fuck you, dude. Fuck you for making me do the thing that even though I did it, I shouldn't have done it, even though I'm an asshole throughout this whole game. Yeah, probably beating some really difficult boss.
It was when I beat Final Fantasy VI, because Final Fantasy VI was the first like JRPG that I'd ever played. And I was 11 at the time. And it was a difficult game because it was the first JRPG that I ever played. I definitely did not do the necessary amount of grinding to get through Kefka's castle, except limping through the entire way using copious, potions and ethers and things of that nature. And then I would just I got stuck on the final boss battle with the third inclination of it. And of course, when you die on that part, you go right back down to the beginning again, essentially, in Kefka's tower. So getting past that was huge relief. Finally facing Kefka for the first time was fantastic. I distinctly remember I was at my grandmother's house because it was during the summer, and I had some really nasty allergies going on. So I'm like playing through the boss battle. My eyes are fucking watering, because like everything's like swollen but just kind of suffering through that. And Kefka beat, the very first time that I ever faced him. and that was pretty fucking awesome. And getting to kind of see the ending play out and everything that went along with that. It was a pretty cool moment, and it's a high that I've never quite gotten from any other game that I've beaten quite the same way. So that would be it for me. Johnny asks a ridiculous question that I feel like that we've even answered on the show.
I feel like I've talked about this before.
Yeah.
Like,
would you like to see Zelda or the Oracle games remade in the style of the most recent Link's Awakening release?
Yes. Yes, I would like that. I would like that very much.
Seems like something that would be smart to do for, like an ancillary anniversary that may or may not be coming.
It's almost as if fucking 35th anniversary of Zelda is happening this year. It's like next month.
Huh. Wonder what this Nintendo Direct's going to be about. Interesting.
I wonder if there's going to be like a collection of older Zelda titles, maybe ports, remakes of older, often overlooked Zelda titles that would be coming to
like
the
Minish
Switch.
Cap.
I'd play Minish Cap again. I'd play Minish Cap in the same style.
I liked it. It was good. So.
It was cute. Too short, but I played it again.
I liked it much better than I liked the Phantom games, the DS Zelda games.
Mm-hmm.
So didn't care for those very much.
Mm-hmm.
I will say. Tack asks, and I think this is our buddy Terrell. Have your expectations for this new generation of consoles been met so far? And is any of the games coming out feel like you have not wasted your money? I don't wait. I'll address the second question first. I don't think I feel like I wasted my money because this is a long play. Like I'm not buying this to get enjoyment for 6 months. I'm buying a PS5 to get enjoyment out of it for 7 years. So I don't need the promise to be fulfilled within 6 months. But have my expectations been met so far? So far, it hasn't felt very different. Again, the most prominent experience that I've had on the PS5 so far, funnily enough, is Astro's Playroom. Like that's the most notable next gen experience that I've gotten to experience so far. But at the same time, like playing Ghost of Tsushima was great, also because that game was beautiful on a PlayStation 5. Getting to play it at the most optimal way that you could play that game. I might go back and play God of War again because God of War just got its 4K 60 upgrade. I saw Micah playing it the other day.
Yeah. It looks good, and it's it's a fun reason to get back into that game.
Yeah.
No, I don't feel like I wasted my money. If I felt that, I wouldn't have bought it, right? Like I know how this game is played. I've been doing it for 35 years. I know how this game is played. And expectations, I mean, look, expectations to be determined. Mm-hmm. But I am pleased with my purchase. The simple fact that I can play Spider-Man and I can use fast travel, because fast travel is actually faster than just swinging around the city, is great. The fact that I love it for the hardware stuff, man. Like I can go back and play these old games the way that PC players have been playing some of these games, the way they were meant to be played. And I think a lot of it also is the fact that I never had a 4K TV throughout the entire PlayStation 4 run. So I got one specifically for the PlayStation 5 because I'm like, I'm not going to play these new systems on a 1080p TV. Like, just what is the point? So they all look phenomenal to me. So yeah, I'm very, and I wouldn't have bought that TV if I didn't get this thing. So yeah, I'm very happy with it.
And like I said, I'm thrilled just because for the few 4K Blu-rays that I have, I can now take advantage of. I've been waiting to be able to watch Blade Runner 2049 again on like a proper 4K experience. So I need to get around to that because I've been meaning to do it for a while. Mad Coco asks, is it too early to be disappointed in the Nintendo Direct since there will be no Bayonetta 3 news?
I mean, if that's the only thing you're looking for, then I guess no, it's not too early to be disappointed. I'm preemptively disappointed because I know I'm not going to get any Golden Sun tomorrow. Am I still going to conduct a horrific sacrificial seance in my backyard at 3 a.m. to try and summon a 4th Golden Sun game from the void? You better believe it. But
Here's the thing: they haven't done one of these like proper.
they haven't done a long one in
2019.
a while.
2019 was the last time they did one.
Yeah,
And Nintendo's not typically a company to swing that stick unless they actually have something that they want to say and something big to deliver on. So I would expect to get something.
If I can weigh some predictions here.
Yeah, so you could
briefly.
be wrong.
So I can be wrong.
The rest of us.
I don't think I'm going to be super wrong. I think I'm going to be a little wrong. So as mentioned, this is the 35th anniversary year for The Legend of Zelda. I think we're going to get some Zelda news. I think we're going to get some sort of Zelda collection for the Switch of a few older Zelda games. I'm hoping that those games are Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword, but who knows? I think we're going to see Breath of the Wild 2. I think they're going to announce that Breath of the Wild 2 will be next year. This is also the 25th. We're like a week off from the actual 25th anniversary date for Pokemon. So I think we're going to get some big Pokemon news of some sort. I don't know what it is, but it's coming. They've said that we're getting some sort of Smash Ultimate announcement. So, I mean, place your bets now as to who the character is going to be.
Leon S. Kennedy.
It wouldn't surprise me if it was Kennedy. And I would love to see them do a Resident Evil stage where they have like one of those boss characters show up, similar to the Castlevania stage, like where Dracula shows up. Except it's fucking Lady D shows up because everybody wants to see more Lady D right now.
Yo, if they put her in the game,
yo, please
I'm gonna have to buy it, yo. I'm gonna have to buy
it. Big titty goth mommy in Smash Brothers.
I mean, internet zeitgeist aside, wouldn't it be more appropriate to put a notable character like the giant fucking Goliath guy,
like Nemesis or Mr. X?
No, from Resident Evil 4. Because Resident Evil 4 is the most Nintendo adjacent Resident Evil property because it came out on GameCube before anything else. So
interesting.
Yeah. And that's what I'm thinking. It'll be Resident Evil 4 Leon S. Kennedy, right?
Here's the thing. I think you're gonna have the same sort of like costume change that like Cloud has, where you have like standard Cloud and then like Advent Children Cloud or whatever. So it'll probably switch between I would say
2 and 4.
2 and 4 will probably be your costume options for Leon, should that come to pass. I know a lot of people want to see Dante. Who knows? I mean, both of those are Capcom, so they've already worked with Capcom before. I think Dante is just as likely as Leon is at this point. Other than that, like, I don't know what else we're going to see in the Nintendo Direct tomorrow. Like 50 minutes to an hour. That's a long time to fill. Maybe we'll see Metroid. Maybe we'll get the Metroid news. Maybe we'll get that. Other than that, I don't know. I'm doing a blood sacrifice for Golden Sun, though. You better believe it. It's the 20th anniversary of Golden Sun this year. It would be a good time for them to do like a fucking HD collection.
There has not been a Metroid Prime game for 13 years at this point.
Well,
14 years. It's wild to me.
What about that that Metroid game that turned Samus from?
I said
Other
Metroid Prime. Like I did not say Metroid game. And Metroid Prime 3 was damn good.
Yeah. Other M was widely considered to not be good.
You don't want the one that turned this badass bounty hunter into a whiny crybaby? You don't want don't want that one?
Do not.
Yeah. I don't have many other predictions. I know what I want, but I don't know how likely that stuff is to happen.
Leon Schenectady Kennedy. That is who is going to that is going to be the character. Mark my words.
Finally, Clark Kent asks, since almost every system since its release has gotten a version. Do you see Skyrim coming to the PS5 Series X? Technically, you can play Skyrim on the PS5 and Series X.
Right. Technically, you can already.
Yeah.
But here's what I will say.
Mm-hmm.
I will say yes.
Of course.
But what I think they're going to do is when Elder Scrolls 6 finally gets properly revealed and finally gets like a release date, it'll probably be like pre-order Elder Scrolls 6 and we'll give you Skyrim for.
That's what they're doing with Resident
system.
Evil 8.
Mm-hmm.
Pre-order Resident Evil 8, you can get 7, or they have 7 and 8 in a bundle or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think they'll do. I don't think Daddy Todd is likely to charge people $70 to play Skyrim again. But I do think that they will make some fully up-res version.
I would say, how much more can you optimize that
I
game
don't
without
know.
building it from
question.
the ground up again? Like I don't understand what additional optimization exists to pull out of a game that is damn near 10 years old at this point, if you can believe it.
Yeah, it's
Jesus.
Its 10th anniversary is this fall.
Yeah,
I mean, I think that they will probably do the thing where it's like pre-order early and we'll give you Skyrim for free.
But how's that going to work? Because what Bethesda's doing lately is like they're going to be like, here's our event. Elder Scrolls 6
comes out next week.
It comes out tomorrow, so get ready for Elder Scrolls 6. So
yeah, it's a real question, right?
So we'll see how that goes. Make sure you play your whole Skyrim within the next 24 hours, because so anyway, that's happening. Better mainline the main quest, guys. So there you go. That is Post Ops. Thank you guys very much for submitting your questions. You too can get in on Discord. For right now, you have to do the roundabout route. You have to go to densepixels.com/fans. You got to join our fan group on Facebook. Then you can get the link to join the Discord. We're not quite ready to open it up to the general public yet.
To the unwashed masses.
Correct. Right now it's just the
we've already had to ban some chud for general chuddery in the general chat.
Right.
So
we have, and we did. So
and I'll do it again.
Don't forget to subscribe to the show, as well as all the other fantastic TNP shows on the podcast application of your choosing. Subscribe to us on YouTube. I can't talk. I always mess the YouTube one up. It's weird. YouTube.com/densepixels. Follow us on Twitch as well. I am Dense Pixels Brad. Terrence is @Person410. Carrie is Sup It's Carrie. We're playing video games and doing stuff on there. I think an audio cable for my fucking Elgato, because the PS5, the one thing that it sucks at is that you can't output sound simultaneously through two different sources, and there's no optical port on the PS5. So my headset's going through USB, but if you're going through USB, it doesn't let you go through HDMI. Why'd they get rid of optical out, Micah? Why does everyone hate optical output for audio?
Racists.
I believe it. So, that's it for us. Thank you guys very much for watching and listening. We'll see you all next time.
See ya.
Thanks.
You're watching the Dense Pixels YouTube channel. Click the subscribe button while you're here, and make sure you check out our weekly podcast where we discuss the latest gaming news and our impressions on what games we've been playing.